Right. Okay, done. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. I would like to welcome all of you to 297 meeting of SpeakersDen Toastmaster Club. My name is Toastmaster Lalita, and I'll be the sergeant at arms in today's meeting. To officially start the meeting, I want to remind everyone that this meeting will be recorded. Some parts of the meeting may also be used for the promotional material later. In order to have a smooth meeting, here are some ground rules that we'll follow during the course of this meeting. First, please put yourself on mute when you're not speaking. Second, don't interrupt while someone is speaking. If you have to move during the meeting, please turn off your camera. Third, please be mindful from addressing sex, religion, and politics during the meeting. Fourth, be attentive throughout the meeting. Support and encourage your fellow speakers by turning on your camera and warm smiles and claps. Use Zoom reaction buttons to express yourself during the meeting. As you're aware, everyone has a mission in life. Similarly, our Toastmaster mission. Our Toastmaster mission is to provide mutually supportive environment so that each member of our club can develop their leadership and communication skills, which will help to boost their self-confidence and personal growth. Now, let me welcome our presiding officer of the day, Toastmaster Tanmay. Tanmay is a senior analyst with Flipkart in weekends and an explorer on weekends, either exploring the city or the new recommendations on OTT. He has been a Toastmaster since 2019 and has served in PR for club, area, and division. Currently, he is the president of SpeakersDen Toastmaster Club. Over to you, Toastmaster Tanmay.
Thank you, Toastmaster Lalita, for starting our 10th anniversary with a high note. Good morning, everyone. How's everyone doing today? Can you please unmute yourself? And
Great.
Awesome.
Hi, sir. Great, awesome.
Great.
Good.
Good.
Looks like G is the preferred word over here.
Excellent.
Nice. So today we all of us have come together from the comfort of our homes, and with everything else going around, we are here to celebrate our 10th anniversary. And before we move forward with this celebration, and today we have a very special segment for this. Instead of doing our regular meetings, we have special sessions arranged by our VP membership, Toastmaster Sankhya. So let's talk about something about Toastmaster. What is Toastmasters? Can anyone tell me what is Toastmasters? You all have been hearing this in every PO address. So I want someone to unmute themselves and tell me, what is it? All right, looks like I'm going to pick people. Sanjay, do you want to take a chance?
Yeah, so like Toastmaster is a wonderful club where people come together to learn from each other and become great public speaker eventually, and where they are provided multiple paths where they can choose and to become maybe a speaker, like a wonderful presenter, or like a visionary speaker. So there are multiple paths that people can choose, and now we are celebrating 10th anniversary, which means like it kind of started in 2012, and since then I think people have been joining the club and sort of changing their lives in many ways. And Toastmaster has been like a wonderful, like a launch pad for a lot of the people who have now doing eventually great and become good public speakers. So yeah, that is what I feel about SpeakersDen.
I think that's wonderfully put. A big round of applause for Toastmaster Sanjay. So Toastmaster is a club where we come together for public speaking, improving ourselves as a public speaker, becoming a better leader, and attaining those goals that we have put for ourselves. Every year at the start of the year, we take some goals, like I'm going to do this year. I'm going to be a better public speaker. I will do a TEDx. But it all has to start somewhere. And this club provides that platform to start that journey, to be a better speaker, to be a better leader. But this journey was initially started by a gentleman called Ralph C. Smedley in 1924, where he started the first Toastmaster club. And since then, it's almost 98 years, and the Toastmaster is widespread across 140 countries with around 140 million and maybe more Toastmasters. And it's just not the Toastmaster that can be a part of a Toastmaster meeting. We can also have guests. And today we have two special guests. One, a returning founding member for Toastmaster, or former Toastmaster, Arvind. Toastmaster Arvind, can you please unmute yourself and in 30 seconds explain what speakers then mean to you? Like, let me ask three questions, like about yourself, what is speakers then meant to you, and how you get to know about today's meeting.
Perfect. Hey team, good morning.
Good morning.
Speakers tend to me, when we were initially thinking about the club, the Advanced Toastmasters Club, there were some of us who got together saying we want to give speech every week. We had this hunger to go give speeches. We had this hunger to have a different bar for evaluation, right? We weren't really here just talking about sandwich method alone, but we wanted an harsh, brutal feedback so that we can really win. We wanted a space for champions, right? If you look at Kishores of the world, Kostups of the world, Mala Mary Martinas of the world, Dirish Mohan, all of them sometime or other has been para speakers. And so the initial story, Gauri, Powers, Kostup, there was a gentleman by name Chandan, myself, Gurudat, all of us came together, Maya. We said, hey, can we create a forum which is little bigger than what a Toastmaster meeting is? It's a like-minded people come together, share your thoughts. We used to have those grand meetings in the first 4 years. It used to be for 2.5 hours. We used to have lunch, meet, network, and really build that quality for ourselves. So your home club is where you get out of your initial phase, you get out of your shyness, and then Speakers Den was an opportunity for you to build on what you felt is your passion. So that was our initial thing. I know timer is pretty much showing me the red card. I crossed 30 seconds, but the Den is pretty passionate to me. I got to know about this meeting through the WhatsApp group, obviously.
Thank you, Arvind, for introducing. A big round of applause for Arvind, who started this club back in 2012. We will go towards understanding the history of Speakers and Toastmaster Club. But before that, let me invite another guest, Tanveer Khaji. Tanveer, can you please unmute yourself and come on camera if possible?
Sir, actually, sorry to say that I'm outside. I can introduce
It's okay. It's okay. So if you can just answer these three questions in the next 30 seconds about yourself, how you get to know about Speakers Den, and what are your goals by joining this meeting?
myself. Hi everyone, myself Tanvir Khazi.
I believe Tanveer is experiencing some network issues. Tanveer, we will circle back to you. Yes, we can hear you now. If you can, please
okay,
come
sir,
again.
sure, sir.
Yeah, please continue.
Okay. I'm working as a application security analyst in GAS Infotech. So usually I want to explore the things to the public. So I Googled yesterday, 2 days back, I Googled. I saw that the Toastmaster is the best platform to improve the communication skills and public speaking skills. That's it, sir. This is my first class.
A big round of applause for Tanveer, because he did the first thing that anyone should be doing, is Googling and then connecting with the first club or wherever this Speakers Den, where he wanted to join as a guest today, for taking out his time on a Sunday morning while he is still outside. So big round of applause. Now, thanks to Arvind and thanks to Tanveer, we have a good standing number of 10 members in this online meeting on our 10th anniversary. But where did it all started? It all started back on 25th September 2012, when this club was officially chartered. And the golden rule of this club is if you have only finished 10 CC speeches from a traditional manual, then only you can join it. It was the first of its kind advanced club in Asia. But when Toastmasters adopted a new ways of pathways, we also adopted a new ways. We opened the club to every member from all walks of life so that everyone can come together on this public speaking and leadership journey. Today, we are here on our 10th anniversary, and we would be there on our next 10 years as well. on 20th anniversary. But this journey, thanks to people like Arvind, Pavas Chandra, Varnish Garg, who started this journey. So big round of applause for all of our predecessors and all of the people who are going to come. Now, today's meeting, generally a Toastmaster meeting comprised of 3 sections: a prepared speech, a table topic, and a feedback and evaluation. But today we are going to have something different. Today, to mark this 10th anniversary, what we have planned is that we are going to have 2 sessions. One evaluathon, followed by a table topic mania. But before that, I would like to introduce you one of the key members who is going to help us in facilitating this session. Timer of the day, Toastmaster Sanjay. Toastmaster Sanjay, can you please come on screen and demonstrate the timer cards for the meeting?
Sure. Right. So hello, everyone. Hello, fellow Toastmaster and guests. And first of all, like a very, very like happy anniversary to all of you. And today I'm the timer, and I'll be keeping time of everybody, like people who will be doing the prepared speeches. And for them, we'll be given like somewhere around 7 minutes. And for the table topic, we'll be giving like around like 2 minutes. And for the evaluation, we'll be giving around like 3 minutes of time. And I'll be changing my background color depending on, just to kind of tell the people that they have to start like wrapping up things. So let me just change the background. So if I show you the green background, then that means that you have to start maybe like concluding it, right? And then I'll show a yellow background, which means that like now really like we have to like put down the thoughts together and wrap it up. And if it is red, then like really we have to stop within 30 seconds, right? And if people go beyond the time that is allocated, then they will be disqualified for that specific round. Yeah, that's it from my side. Over to you, Tanmay.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sanjay. Toastmaster Sanjay, please take a note that evaluathon would be timed for 2 to 3 minutes, and table topics will be timed for 1 to 2 minutes with 30 seconds grace period. As moderator of today's meeting, we are not having any Toastmaster of the day. We only have a moderator and a table topics master. I would like to introduce you to the first section, which is evaluathon. And please note that there is also one more section at the end of the meeting, and I request everyone to please stay till the end of the meeting. So there is a third section, which I'm keeping surprise for the time being. For evaluathon, we have a speaker who is a dentist by profession, who has written a lot of books, and today he is going to present his speech. But before that, let me introduce you to the rules of evaluathon. And please note, these rules also apply during a Toastmaster evaluation contest. May I request that evaluators please rename themselves as evaluator 1, evaluator 2, as we have decided on the group. If possible, please rename yourself. You would be moved to a breakout room with Toastmaster Sankhya, who would be managing the breakout room. The rules are that, wait a second. Toastmaster Sankhya, can you please take over? My voice is breaking a bit.
Sure. Thank you, Toastmaster Tanmay. So a very warm and great morning to Toastmasters and our lovely guests. So today, we, as Toastmaster Tanmay has said, that we are going to have this 3 segment. Now, to start off with the first segment of the meeting, that's the evaluathon, which is 2 words, evaluation plus marathon. So that's how the word evaluathon comes up. So what we're going to do is, we have one targeted speaker, which is Dr. Pasha. Now, he will be evaluated, the same speech, he will be evaluated by all the individual evaluators. Now, for each of the individual evaluators, I've already gave you the evaluation sheet as well. Now, we have 4 evaluators today, and once Dr. Pasha completes his speech, then he will be evaluated by the first speaker. But before the first speaker came on stage, I will be moving the remaining 3 evaluators to the breakout room area, right? So to ensure that the second, third, and fourth speaker, they do not know what the first evaluator is going to evaluate. Now, once the first evaluator completes, I'll take out the second evaluator from the breakout room to the main area. So that we will repeat till the fourth evaluator comes on stage. Now, since this is our recorded session, so like the first, second, third, whoever will be missing out and will be in the breakout room area will come to know towards the after the meeting is completed. You can check on the recording to know that what the other evaluators had evaluate. So that's the whole purpose of this exercise, right? So with that, I would like to hand it over to our presiding officer and the moderator for the day, Mr. Tanmay.
So Sankhya, we do have one request from Arvind that he also want to participate as an evaluator. Would you please forward the evaluation sheet to him? And Arvind, you can be the evaluator 5 for the session.
Perfect. Hey, I hope not, ruining the time.
No. It is absolutely fine. Absolutely fine.
It's absolutely perfect.
Yeah, since I evaluate, just thought I should throw myself.
Absolutely, it's a great honor, Arvind.
Yeah, I want to test myself. I've not done it for years.
Absolutely.
So now we would be having a speech by our speaker, Dr. Pasha, who's a dentist by profession. He has written books on dentistry and has been an active Toastmaster since he joined in the last term of Toastmasters. He is going to present his speech, and timer, please take a note that the speech timing would be 5 to 7 minutes with a 30 seconds grace period. With the first verbal or non-verbal clue from Dr. Pasha, you can please start the timing. And I request the Zoom moderator to please pin Dr. Pasha as the speaker. Toastmaster Sankhya. Over to you, Dr. Pasha. Best of luck.
So, what is the number one key to all success? Anybody from the audience, please? Number one key to all success. Please, anybody?
Hard work.
Determination.
Okay.
Planning.
Okay. Okay, fine. You all are correct. So there are many keys to success. There are many formulas to success. Here, there is one magic pill to success. Is what? This is the answer. Everyone searching for. So through this my speech, you will have come to know what is the number one key to success. Okay. Through my 22 years of experience as a dentist, I have improved many people's life, making them look young and beautiful after fixing their jawlines, bite, and as well as facial proportions. So I have improved many people's lives, fixing their chronic headaches, sleeping disorders, and gum disease. So, through this journey of mine, I discovered one thing. The one thing is energy equals life. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters, honorable dignitaries, and most welcome guests. Health is wealth, wealth is health. Why? We humans first compromise our health to accumulate wealth. Then we compromise our wealth to regain that wealth. Then what is the key? Where is the balance? What is the balance? The key is oral health. The oral health is the pivotal. How? We humans live from outside in, then inside out. From outside we take water, food, air. The digestion of food first starts at mouth. The energy generation starts first at mouth. In that sense, life starts first at mouth. So, what is the importance of oral health? The first important, energy. So, defective teeth, defective gums, poor oral hygiene lead to inadequate chewing. Inadequate chewing lead to improper digestion of food. Improper digestion of food lead to poor energy. Second, protection and immunity. So our oral health is a gateway to overall health. How? See, if bacteria from gum disease, tooth decay can easily travel to to our heart, lungs, and kidneys. So, so in that way, it is protecting our oral. If our oral is good, our other all vital organs will be good. Third, appearance. Appearance, see, the importance of appearance, beautiful smiles, attractive faces, you all know. See, the smile with the beautiful smiles come increases our self-esteem. With the self-esteem, with the increased self-esteem, there will be more chances of becoming successful because it will increases our self-confidence and self-esteem. So, defective teeth, missing teeth, impact on our speech. These are all the importance of oral health. Okay, why oral health is most neglected? The oral health is most neglected for two reasons. One reason is seeing is believing. See, teeth, gums are located inside. We cannot see. So if you, if our ear get hurt, our nose get hurt, we consult the ENT doctor because we can see it. So if our skin get hurts, we consult a dermatologist because we can see it. But teeth and gums are located inside, we cannot see it. That's why we don't go to doctor, don't go to dentist. Second is feeling is trusting. So diseases of the gum do not hurt. Diseases of the teeth do not hurt. We don't feel the pain. That's why we don't visit the dentist. These are the two reasons we neglect our oral health. So what precautions we can take to avoid, keep our good health? First is diet. Avoid sugar diet. Include fiber and vegetarian diet. Second is brushing 2 times a day. Third is gargling after each and every smile. Finally, flossing. Flossing is, why flossing? Because bacteria love to hide between the teeth where bristles cannot reach. So finally, this is most important, regular visit to the dentist. So dentistry is not expensive, but neglect is. With these precautions, we can keep our oral health good. So my final message. See, oral health is gateway to overall health. Oral health is gateway to our general general health, our spiritual health, and our mental health. So, oral health is the starting point where energy generates, where life starts. So, with one quote, I conclude my speech with one quote. The quote is, so the world is a jungle. Either you fight and dominate, or hide or evaporate. With poor energy, with poor oral health, with poor general health, you cannot compete, we cannot dominate the world. So oral health is a gateway to all success, because as I said in my began my topic with this thing, what is the one key to all success? One key to all success is energy. Energy equals life, life equals energy. Energy. So over to you, sir. Over to you, sir.
Big round of applause for Toastmaster Pasha for coming a long way from giving his, oh sorry, I'm not on camera. How is that possible? For giving his first speech in 18 minutes to coming well within the time. A big round of applause for all of the efforts that he have shown. Now, timer, please, can you please start a 1 minute time for every evaluator to please take down the points, and then evaluators will usually move to the breakout room. Please, everyone, please go on mute and maintain silence for the next 1 minute.
Yeah, 1 minute over.
Sankhya, can you please create a breakout room and move everyone there?
Yes. So only the evaluator one, Toastmaster Chetna, will be in the main room. Rest everyone, I will move on to the breakout area.
Can I start,
No,
Sankhya?
no. Wait, just.
Let us move the evaluators back to the breakout room, and then we will give you the cue to start.
I have sent the invite. All the evaluator, please accept the invite to move on to the breakout room. Toastmaster Pi.
Okay, all the evaluators have moved there. Okay, so let us start with the evaluator. Timer, please take a note. The timing will be 2 to 3 minutes with 30 seconds grace.
First of all, I would like to congratulate Toastmaster Pasha for having completed his level 1 P2 speech. Actually, I really found your speech very informative, sir. And the first thing what I wanted to tell you about is in terms of interaction with the audience. You had actually made the session really interactive by asking questions and making the audience interact. So that's one good thing which I found. And also the way in the sequential way in which you had written the speech. You had written it in a sequential order, and that shows that there were a connection of thoughts. And coming to the clarity, even like the clarity of your speech, what you had given, it was clearly understood by the audience, and you had also put in your thoughts in such a way that anybody from the audience could understand. So clarity part also, I found it good. And you had done good in terms of eye contact, gestures, and also the vocal variety. And yeah, as you had also connected your thoughts with the title of the speech you had given. So that is the positive parts. Now coming to the feedback. In the feedback, what I find is you have a command over language and everything, but I find that in some places you were you have to grammatically improve your language by using new words that would be helping, and you have to improve on your vocabulary. And in terms of challenging yourself, I think there were some places where you had connected, the thing that everything starts with mouth. And you'd spoken about the energy and everything, the energy of the body and how it's connecting to the mouth and everything. So there I feel you could have added more information. Yeah, that's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Chetna. Now let me request evaluate 2. Toastmaster Venkatesh. Toastmaster Venkatesh, you have 2 minutes 30. You have 2 to 3 minutes to evaluate Toastmaster Pasha.
Thank you. Can I start, sir?
Yes.
I'm audible and clear.
Yes, you're audible and visible.
Okay. First, give everyone a big round of applause for Pasha, how he starts a speech with a cold. You excel at many things. I have seen from previous speeches how you how you manage to eradicate unwanted things from your speech. I will give you some examples. You excel at your vocal vocal variety is clear, and you started a speech with a quote. And I also like how you interact with audience by asking questions, and the most important thing is your title of the speech is life start from mouth. How the title you gave examples of body structures like jaws, and express your feelings like how health is wealth and other thing. Now I like to give some recommendations to improve, like vocal variety. uh, I saw you throughout your speech the same tone. I can't see you some up and down, like your volume is at the same pitch at every speech. I see eye contact. You are looking down so many times and closing your eyes, and closing your eyes also. Gestures, yeah, you have used wonderfully your hands, physical gestures effectively. Audience awareness, yeah, you have created a good audience awareness by asking questions. Yeah, you are very comfortable with all our audience, and that's from my side, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Venkatesh. Now moving on to the evaluator 3, Toastmaster Lalita.
Yes. Can I start?
Sure.
Okay. Toastmaster Pasha, you opened up the speech with a question and you interacted with audience and kept them engaged. So this is a very good point. And you gave us good tips on how to maintain the oral care. You gave us a message that health is wealth, and that's why we have to take care of our mouth, because life begins at mouth. And this was a very well organized speech. And in the end, you also gave us a takeaway message for all of us. And from the evaluation feedback point of view, clarity, the spoken language was clear and it could be easily understood by all of us. And when it comes to vocal variety, your voice was in the same tone. So you could have used a little, when you said health is wealth, you could have just stressed on that, health is wealth. They could have stressed on that point. So this would have added impact to what you wanted to say. And in terms of the camera setting, I think probably you were moving the hands and all, because of the camera setting, it was not visible for us. So the camera setting could have been a little better. And I also felt like a little more practice is required. So that's all. So all the best for your next speeches. Thank you.
Moving on to next evaluator. No, I'm unable to move Pi to the main session.
Yeah, I am just sending a broadcast message. Okay,
Yes.
Pi is here.
Yes, Toastmaster Pi, you can start the evaluation. Pi, can you please come up, repeat after me? Am I visible?
It was not audible. Tanmay.
Okay. All right. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, it's audible.
All right. You can start your evaluation now.
Okay. Dr. Pasha, congratulations on your second speech, I guess. So are we supposed to read these purpose statements also?
No, you can just start with
Directly.
the evaluation and how
Okay.
he achieved his objective. Timer, please restart the timing for him.
It's 3 minutes, right?
Yeah, 2 to 3 minutes.
Yeah. Dr. Pasha, you started with Q&A, which was good. You said it engaged the audience, like what is the reason for success? And that was very engaging. Hand gestures were good. It was to the point, every word you were speaking, the coordination between your hand and what you were speaking was really good. Those were the good points. And then the speed was very comfortable. It was not very fast. It was not very slow. So it went in a very structured manner. So that was a very good point. the things you may want to work on was there was a little bit of connect missing between your message and the initial opening. Because when you started by saying that, hey, what is the reason for success, right? We all gave different answers. Somebody said hard work and somebody said this thing. And then you went with your message for oral hygiene and what is the importance of, having good gums. So there was somewhere the link between the opening and the body, which was missing. So it really confused us in terms of what was the message on. Was it on, the success, or was it the thing? So that was one which was missing. So apart from that, I think it was good. The voice modulation, again, stressing on certain points, you could have stressed on certain points. Again, the speed was very good, but you could have stressed on certain points. And maybe one single story, a very, very personal story, which you can, elaborate on, which will help us to link the message to the story. So that was from my side, Dr. Pasha. But I feel as a summary, it was, it was a well-structured message with a good speed. So good job, Dr. Pasha. Yes.
All right, unable to move E5. Let me just ping a message. Arvind the same. Okay. Arvind, you have 2 to 3 minutes or 30-second grace to evaluate Toastmaster Pasha.
Awesome. Thank you, Toastmaster Tanmay. Good morning once again, Dr. Pasha. A really, really energizing speech, and I thank you and congratulate you for finishing the speech. What is that I really enjoyed about your 7.5 minute speech? Number one is definitely the choice of topic. Sometimes as Toastmasters, we tend to choose topics that's important to us, that's passionate for us, but not what's important for the audience. So it was really wonderful for you to see that you have chosen a topic which is important and makes a difference for all of us. So well done on that part. You clearly have used your personal experience in researching into the particular topic. So you had a lot of data, facts to convince us. I'm a lazy person and I am scared of dentists and I don't go to dentist. But somewhere you have brought in the facts to make sure it's important for me to visit a dentist. So one big part of being a speaker is making sure the audience changes their opinion. So that is something that really, really good for you. Couple of points which I feel that you can really take on to the next level is one, it is something basic, which is the voice modulation and the power of pauses. You can use that to sink in the message, overall over again, right? You had those moments when you said, you want to look young and beautiful. You want to look young and beautiful, come to a dentist. The life of a dentist starts from talking to a girl, dating the girl, and marrying the girl. It's all about oral health, my friends. Right? So a little bit of voice modulation and pause. People are going to think, I'm going on a date. I'm meeting my girl and my oral health isn't great. So little bit of the power of voice modulation and pauses could have made sure that it gets a little bit more engaging over there. And finally, what are the three things I feel as a speaker, you can really do it. You have the potential to challenge yourself. One is perhaps use a little bit of humor because it's a little bit of a serious topic at times. You can go ahead, try to see how you can experience with a little bit of humor. I was born once. My mom said this, will you chew food? Else I'll take you to a dentist. We are the Rahul Dravid and Rahul Gandhi in one package. We are the dentist, right? So once in a while, little bit of connection with humor is going to make sure that people are able to recall such a serious topic. Second, always use of acronyms, right? Somewhere I enjoy the speech, but I don't recall. Can I take home those 3 steps? Maybe, maybe not. So maybe you use an acronym saying SMILE and say SMILE stands for 5 steps, which is going to help you take home the steps for oral health. And finally, the content as such, I kind of felt sometimes we spoke about energy, we spoke about life, oral health, and then back. So I kind of feel that maybe if you can shrink down the content, it'll be a wonderful wrap by which we will be able to recall that energy means Dr. Pasha means energy. With that, congratulations on a wonderful speech. I personally look forward to seeing your next speeches. Thank you very much, Dr. Pasha.
thank you all the evaluators, and Arvind, we also look forward to seeing you in all of our next meetings. So today we have the 4 evaluations. Now let me just give a summarized evaluation for all the evaluations, for all the evaluators. We have 5 evaluations with the 1 last minute addition by Arvind, and that was a good surprise for us as well. So I believe it was an informative evaluation for Toastmaster Pasha, getting to be evaluated by 5 evaluators at one time, because he was looking for more evaluations on his speech, as I connected previously with him.
Yes, sir. Sir,
Yeah,
sir, few words from you and Sankhya, sir. I needed, sir.
sure. We will be doing that, connecting it with you offline, and we will go with the flow of the meeting. So we'll be giving our relation to you after the meeting.
Okay.
For the evaluators, I'm not going to name anyone. I'm just going to keep it very general for all of the evaluators. I noticed that most of you have started your evaluations with like congratulations to the speaker for completing your speech, and you have been very informative about it. You have started with a quote, opened with a question to the speaker, which is a good way to start. So this is generally known as a sandwich approach of evaluation, where what you do is you start by congratulating the speaker, then put the feedback, and then then end by closing, like end by congratulating the speaker again for completing their speech. So this is a good approach so that you also keep the morale of the speaker high, because as a Toastmaster club, our objective is to provide a supportive environment, a positive learning environment, and that can only be achieved when your evaluations are coming as critical as possible, but sugar coated as well. Because I know, as Dr. Paz said, sugar is bad for our health, but sometimes it's good for our ego. And we definitely need to take care of that one thing, because it is a very critical aspect of being human beings. Now, while most of us, we have gone towards the couple of things that are there in our evaluation objective sheet as well, like about the gestures, about the vocal variety, the eye contact. There is one thing that I think was missing from all of the evaluations. Some of the evaluations just covered on this aspect. Like you mentioned that you could have used vocal variety, but give an instance. For example, like oral, your success starts with oral health. Give a vocal variety there. Starts with oral health. Bring in some drama, bring in some humor. Because if you're going to speak monotonously during your entire course of meeting, it would look like the 8 a.m. news on DD1. You need to make it the breaking news on Aaj Tak. You know how they go all explosive, all bombarding with the audience. Sometimes I opened the channel accidentally and I got scared. Why is he shouting at me? So we need to make sure that you leave an impression on the speaker and the audience as well. Because as an evaluator, you are not just an evaluator, you are an impromptu speaker as well, with 5 to 7 minutes to take your notes. Another thing is, like, you need to make sure that you are not just evaluating the speaker on the 5 objectives that are there, because as you advance to the next level, you also need to start evaluating the content of the speech. In the beginning, you will say the speaker was good, he used his stage to the fullest, he also made sure that there is a vocal variety in the meeting, there's eye contact with the audience, there is body language as well. But when we move forward, we need to make sure that our content is also up to the mark. If I'm just going to wrap this around all these 5 things, it's okay. But how can the content be improved? For example, some of the evaluators did mention this, that your topic, your speech title and your speech were disconnected. You started with what is success, and then you went towards the oral health. So there should be a connection between. So try to bring in that connection. That could be a suggestion from the evaluators, because only that will help the evaluator to go from level 1, level 2 to level 4 or level 5. Because as you move forward, your challenges are going to go up. It's always an uphill ride. You're always going to face new challenges, and to overcome that, you need to be as critical as an evaluator. Because as an evaluator, it is not your job to massage the ego, it is your job to push them on the right path. So that is all what everyone should be striving to do. With this, I wrap up my evaluation of the evaluators, and we will take a short 2 minutes break for water, restroom, and we will reconvene in exactly 11:51. It's 7:49 right now, to start with the next section of today's meeting, the table topic mania. Timer, can you please start a 2-minute timer? Thank you. Wanted to Thank you. There's one more thing that I want to tell evaluators, which I forgot to mention, is that as an evaluator, it is one of the most of the times evaluator always say congratulations on completing your speech. But sometimes as an evaluator, if you think the speaker has not met his objective, you need to take a step and tell them that you need to reattempt the speech, because that would tell them that what was missing and what needs to be included. All right. On this note, let's move towards the next session of today's meeting, which is a table topics mania. And for that, I would like to invite our heartbeat of speakers, then the VP membership, Toastmaster Sankhya.
Thank you, Toastmaster Tanmay. When Toastmaster Tanmay say heartbeat, my heart actually started beating that, okay, now it's my turn to come up on the stage. Okay, so good morning once more. And so now we are going to start off with this segment of the meeting called the table topics. For those, especially for Tanveer, since you come for the first time. So table topics is an impromptu session wherein I would be giving topics on the spot, and you have to speak for 1 to 2 minutes. Now, how do you know that's 1 to 2 minutes? Because at 1 minute, our timer, Toastmaster Sanjay, is going to flash his screen on the green. Then at 1 minute 30 seconds, he's going to flash the screen at yellow. And at 2 minutes, he's going to flash the screen at red. Now you have another 30-second time, a buffer time, wherein you have to ensure that you wrap up your speech. So that's what the theme is all about. But today, we are not only going to do simple table topics, but we are going to do a round robin table topics. Now, what is it all about? Okay, so this is how the game we are going to play. So the first speaker who will be evaluating the second speaker, and the second speaker will further evaluating the third speaker. And that will go on till the last speaker. And for evaluation, you have only 30-second time. Okay, and so our timers, Toastmaster Sanjay, will be flashing the screen directly at red to indicate that 30 seconds is over and you should wrap up your speech as well. Okay, and to start with the first speaker. So the first speaker will be evaluated because there is no other speaker before him. So it will be evaluated by anyone who wants to take up anyone who wants to raise his hand to evaluate the first speaker. Okay, Arvind. Okay, great. So Arvind will be evaluating the first speaker. And now, anyway, I'll be calling everyone on the stage. So let's start. So, okay. So now, let's start with the great topics. Let me pick up one by one anyway. So we'll go with Lalita, since you are our surgeon at arms, and I can see a lot of energy with a smile. Okay, so Lalita, your topic for today is, if you had to teach something, what would you teach? I repeat, if you had to teach something, what would you teach? You're on mute.
If I had to teach something, I think starting with my children, first I will teach them how to cook and how to take care of themselves. Because I notice that parents, like, they don't teach children the basic qualities. Like, they should always be self-reliant and they should not be dependent on others. Like when I, in my workplace, like, most of them who have completed the college and were just entered, who have started the career, they will not know how to cook and they really struggle. Like every day they go out for cooking. I mean, they go out to have lunch and again they'll have stomach upset. So I think parents, they should make it a point. They should treat both the son and the daughter equally. And they should teach whether the son or daughter, they have to teach them how to cook, how to take care of themselves. Like it could be a basic thing like cleaning the room or cooking and everything, what makes them not to depend on others. So I think that quality is very important. And we are in this corporate world, and most of the time, we forget the basic human qualities. Like even when I see like traveling on the road and all, sometimes they meet with an accident and no one even bothers to call the ambulance or to do give first aid. Instead, they just take a camera and they start shooting it and they'll just post it on the WhatsApp message or on the social media. I think, that is a secondary thing. The primary thing is like, we are human beings and we should help others. So these are all the basic things that should be taught by parents, and not only by parents, and even we should also feel we should have some responsibility towards the society. So I think these are the basic things that I would definitely like every parent to teach their children, rather than giving them higher education or sending them to good schools and all. These are the basic things first they should be trained on. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Lalita. Big round of applause for Toastmaster Lalita. Okay, so now to evaluate Toastmaster Lalita, may I request Toastmaster Arvind to please evaluate?
I lifted my hand thinking I'll be the last one to evaluate. I'll have some time. So. Awesome. Hey, Lalita, Toastmaster Lalita, wonderful speech. I could relate myself as a parent trying to think what I want to do for my daughter. Really nice choice of topics. What I really like about you is the number of likes that you use in a speech. So that is one thing that you may want to see in a table topic. There are some pillars like, I think that you may want to be mindful about. And one of the easiest ways to take over it is pause. Ask that question and just try even virtually looking at everybody you should be able to do. Second, I also felt sometimes the stories were kind of repeated. To overcome that, use a practical story. Talk about something that you heard from your parents, which may have impacted who you are today or what you didn't hear. So in that way, in a table topic, you don't repeat the same content that you already did, and you are able to use 2 minutes in a holistic manner. But I would say, thank you very much, Lita. I'm going to make sure I give a few words to my daughter today.
Thank you, Toastmaster Arvind. A round of applause for Toastmaster Arvind. Okay, great. Now I'll choose Toastmaster Arvind, to go ahead with the next topic. And to evaluate you, I will request Toastmaster Lalita to be the evaluator for 30 seconds. So Toastmaster Arvind, I have a different kind of topic for you. And instead of giving you the topic, I want to show you the topic. Let me share my screen. The topic would be love.
I started.
Yes.
Topic love. When I was 8 years old, this was a topic which is, to be very honest, very new for me. Boys always wanted it, but we never really understood it. Girls around us thought of it as a taboo topic. When I became 15, this was the age where perhaps every single people wanted to be in love, but we're not really understanding what is love. And to me, the biggest mistake of this era, we have all learned love through Shah Rukh Khan movies. We think love is an emotion just between a boy and girl, which leads into romance and whatnot. But love is an emotion. It's an emotion of happiness. When you talk to your grandmother after 10 years, when you talk to your brother after 2 years, when you talk to your daughter after 8 hours of work, those emotions that comes into your mind. You have a stressed day, but a single emotion that wipes it all away. That is love. So sometimes it's our upbringing, the way we are told love, the way we are hesitant towards love, the way we are not really learn to accept love makes us all little different in understanding the topic.
Thank you, Toastmaster Arvind. Round of applause for Toastmaster Arvind. And now may I request Toastmaster Lalita to please share your evaluation. You're on mute.
Yeah, sorry. So Toastmaster Arvind, like it was a wonderful speech. I really didn't find any feedback to be given on that because it was really good. So you connected to a personal story. So I think this is really important. Like when we give speeches or on the table topic, it is important that we connect we related to a personal story. So it was fine. It was great. So I don't have any feedback to give, like any negative feedback to give or any improvement point. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Lalita.
Thank you, Toastmaster Lalita. Great. Now I would request Toastmaster Chetna to take up the next topic. Okay, so to evaluate Toastmaster Chetna, I would request again Toastmaster Arvind to be the next evaluator. Okay. Toastmaster Chetna, your topic would be what would you regret not fully doing? I repeat, what would you regret not fully doing?
Yeah. What I would regretfully not doing is, like as a child, I was very obedient and I was a very sincere student and everything. I wish I could have, worked on my life skills, which would have been better. And also, I wish I could have taken life much more simpler and seen things in a broader perspective, in a positive manner. And as a kid, I was very timid and very sensitive towards things. And for any small things, the minute exams used to approach, I used to have, my tension used to be at its peak. And every time, my relatives and my mom, they had always advised me to be more calm, poised, and relaxed. So the thing was, I wish I could have learned that, stress management part. And also, I wish I could have worked on other things like sports and many other hobbies. I could have developed much more hobbies because I have very restricted hobbies. And, I used to always be a bookworm kind of student. So that's something I would have worked on and I would have been happy about it. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Chetna. Great. And now may I request Toastmaster Arvind to please provide your evaluation.
Thank you, Sanjay. Toastmaster Chetna, you are definitely comfortable with table topics. That is something I could see. You were right from the word go in a very comfortable space, positive space, happily talking about a topic which is not to be very positive about. So I really liked your content and the way you structured it. You didn't have too many fillers. You didn't really search. You didn't have a need for likes. I know you mean. What are those 2 to 3 tips that can make you a champion table topic speaker, right? Something better than you are. Number 1, audience, right? Why are we here? Why are we listening to you? You could have connected with the audience by saying, do you also have a childhood where you also had this kind of situations? You were also refusing to give up. You also failed multiple times. So people will also say, I am also a Chetna. I also was something like that. And then maybe a story as to how you perhaps didn't overcome, or what you could have done to overcome, and just connect back to the audience saying that this was Chetna and this is what I could do. I don't want all of you to be like this. So, small tricks makes you a champion table topic speaker. We heard you. Now we are wowed about you, and now we are going to really remember you, right? So this small transition that you could do would make it spectacular. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Arvind. A round of applause for Toastmaster Arvind. Great. And now the baton will pass on to Dr. Pasha. Dr. Pasha, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Awesome. So I have a topic for you, and the topic would be, if your life is an object, which one it would be and why? I repeat, if your life is an object, which one it would be and why?
So, object, it would be stone, sir. Stone, rock. So, why rock? Rock is solid, it's stable, so it won't break. For any obstacles, for any, it take any type of challenges. It absorbs challenges, it faces challenges, it faces storms, it fight with every calamity, and it would be it is calm and cool. So it would be rock. So in my case also, since childhood, my life is somewhat similar to rock only. Since childhood, I have been faced many struggles. I was a fighter. I was like a rock and stable. So I was very determined, like a rock. So I faced every challenge of mine like a rock. I fought back. I struggled. Every time I fall, I come up with more energy and more power. So, power, and finally I became a winner. So, to be successful in life, that grit, like rock, like grit, that never giving attitude, that never agree defeat attitude is the key to be successful in life. So throughout my life journey, I have seen thousands of failures, millions of failures. Though even after facing all these failures, I come up winner like a rock. So I always say everybody through this platform, be like a rock, be gritty. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Toastmaster Pasha. A round of applause. Great. And with that rocky attitude, now I'll invite Toastmaster Chetna to please provide the evaluation.
Dr. Pasha, I was really inspired by the examples you had given of your real life, and you had given a apt message for all of us. That is something really positive about your speech. And one more thing, what I wanted was, I like the similes used by you, wherein you were talking about being like you compared being a rock with your own life and being determined. So those are the positive part which I found in your speech. Really inspiring one. What I would suggest you to improve on was, some places I found that there were unnecessary pauses, and also some places grammatically you may have to improve on a little bit. That's all.
Thank you, Toastmaster Chetna. A round of applause. Great. Now I would request Toastmaster Pai to be the next speaker, and Dr. Pasha, you need to evaluate Toastmaster Pai. Okay. Toastmaster Pai, your topic, I have a different one, and you need to tell a story, and the storyline, the story can be anything, and the story will begin like this. I was sleeping in the bed when I heard a noise. I repeat, I was sleeping in the bed when I heard a noise.
This is the story I can really connect. Guys, one time I had been to my mother's hometown. It was a rural place, and we were just sitting around chatting, and somebody started ghost stories. He said, "Oh, it's fun. Let's hear some ghost stories." It started at 10 o'clock, went till 11, and then 12 a.m., 1 a.m. Everyone was like, "Hey, we enjoyed the ghost stories." And then said good night. Everyone said good night. And guess where my room was? It was on the top floor. And I just went and slept there. And it was a rural place. You could see the trees. And I was sleeping in my bed. And that's when I heard a noise. And that's when I knew, right? What if there is really a ghost outside? I heard that noise and it could be anything. I thought maybe, and I tried to, comfort my mind by saying, no, it's a cat. No, it's a dog. Or maybe it's something else. But I was too scared to open it. And when finally I found courage to go and open the door, there was really nothing and nothing. And that was till today a suspense for me. When I was sleeping in my bed, there was a noise. And what the noise was, till today, I do not know. Maybe it was a ghost, maybe it was a dog, or maybe it was some random things. But I heard a noise when I was sleeping in my bed. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you, Toastmaster Pai. A round of applause. And now may I invite Dr. Pasha to please evaluate Toastmaster Pai.
Pai, you took some time to start your speech. It is very nice. The thing is, then you started narrating your story about that. It was very nice. But that nice about the nice, what you heard while you were sleeping, you kept it suspense. But that no one knows what nice you heard, and that also you kept suspense. It is also very nice. The thing about Pai is, sir, I have been admiring his speeches. He has excellent command on English. I am a great admirer of his English speaking skills, sir. Because throughout my childhood, I have been struggling with my English. Now I am started learning English. So his clarity of speech, he is a very excellent storyteller. So about the content, if you would have been little bit clearer on your content about your suspense, it would have been better. Over to you. I always looking forward to hear more speeches from you, sir, Pai sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Dr. Pasha. Yeah.
Thank you, Dr. Pasha, and thank you, Pai. And now to move on, I would request Toastmaster Venkatesh to be the next speaker.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Toastmaster Venkatesh, you'd also go with a story with you, and you have to continue with the story. And the story starts like, it was a dark and stormy night. I repeat, it was a dark and stormy night.
Okay. In my daily routine, I always go for running. It may be sometimes 3:30 a.m. or 4 a.m. It was usual day, but I always go there. In between, I have some forest in my rural areas also, but but in one day something happens, and and that happens is that when I run for almost 2 to 3 minutes, I don't know, maybe due to it was completely dark. I don't know, it may be due to natural disturbances, or maybe due to some unwanted things. I see all the forest leaves like uh, like uh, like getting flattened over other tree. It was like a storm, or maybe due to other thing. I cannot guess it properly. And also some sound is coming, and I also thought that something unusual is happening, and that it also happens only that time. But what I did was from that time I decided that I should not go alone. It creates in my mind that something unusual is happening, and it also helped. It also I got afraid of it. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster Venkatesh. And now may I request Toastmaster Pai to please evaluate Venkatesh.
Yeah, Venkatesh, well done on the, immediately thinking about on the topic and, just explaining why element of it. I think, you went with a good speed. It was well. Improvements can be, you can be a little bit more dramatic, stress on few things. Rather than being little monotonous, you can be more dramatic. Overall, I think it was a very good speech. Improve on these elements. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, Pai.
Yeah.
Thank you, Toastmaster Pai. A round of applause. And now may I request the person who was keeping all a tab of a time, Toastmaster Sanjay. And to time Toastmaster Sanjay, Toastmaster Tanmay, may I request Toastmaster Tanmay to be the timer? Okay.
Sure, Sanjay.
Sure. Toastmaster Sanjay, your topic would be, if I could travel through time. I repeat, if I could travel through time. Toastmaster Sanjay.
Yes. So if I could travel through time, I would like to maybe like change a couple of things, right? So I kind of belong to the edtech space, education sector, and I feel education is something which can help people solve a lot of problems. Instead of focusing on one single problem, if we educate people really well, I think that will help a lot. But one thing, like as a kid, I always wondered that, oh, like studies are like sort of a bit boring. Like though I was a little bit of a geek, but I always felt that there should have been a better way of like teaching. There should have been like a more interesting and engaging way, and which eventually right now, like fortunately, I'm into that space where I'm trying to do that. Where I'm trying to create these educational games or interactive learning content through which I'm able to make learning more fun. So I always wonder, like if I can get this time machine, if I can go back, travel in time, I would like to start some of those things back then, or maybe like I would want to suggest some people to make learning much more fun, so that I would have become a much better learner, and many other people would have become a much better learner, and the future or the present that we are sitting in right now, we're seeing right now, would have been much better. So that is what I would have changed or done if I could have traveled back in time.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Sanjay. A round of applause, and thank you for sharing that awesome thought about the education sector. And to evaluate you, may I request Toastmaster Venkatesh to please evaluate Toastmaster Sanjay?
You have well described your topic, and your vocal variety is very clear, and we used hand gestures very efficiently. But from my point of view, that your speed was little fast. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster Venkatesh. With that, we are in towards the second part of the table topic round robin evaluation. Now, for those who are attempting this particular theme, now you come to know what is the round robin all about. It's not the Robin Hood. It's about the round robin who is very round like me, who keeps on going round and round with all the people and asking about the evaluation. So that's a fantastic one. And let's give a round of applause for all the awesome participants for this session. That's a great participation, great enthusiasm. And with that, let me hand over the stage back to our presiding officer, Toastmaster Tanmay.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sankhya, for a wonderful table topic session with the round robin evaluation. A big round of applause for Toastmaster Sankhya and everyone in the TM session. Now, I hope I hope all of you enjoyed this session. So today we also have a third session, which was the surprise that I'm keeping it for the last. On our 10th anniversary, we are going to have our moments of truth. Now, this is a session which is required by Toastmasters to do a pulse check of a club. And for this, we circulated a form few days back, and we have received some of the responses on that. So I'm just going to go over that. Just give me a second. Let me share my screen. Okay, are you able to see this?
Yes, we can.
You can see the Google Sheet, right? So there are responses that we have received, and there are no names and everything. So it's all a lot of responses on at least around 37 questions. We would just be going through all of them and giving it some time. So we will just see. I will just highlight the questions. Just give me a second. Yeah. And if anyone has anything to add to this, please feel free to unmute yourself and add to this MOT, so that we can discuss what are the challenges that we are facing, and most importantly, how we can improve on that. So any ideas, everything is welcome, and everyone in the meeting is welcome to be part of this. Everyone okay? Should we move forward? All right. So first question is, greet each guest at the door, introduce the guest to officer and members, which is this is basically for an offline meeting, and in hybrid would be that guests are greeted during the course of the meeting. So we have an average rating of 4.85. Does anyone think they have anything to add to this? Nothing. All right, moving forward. Guest book and name tags provided. I mean, this does not directly apply to us because our hybrid session just started. However, online, I believe that our VP membership and VP education, they're reaching out to individual guests who are joining the meeting, and they are also keeping a track of which guests are part of our group, which guests are not part of our group, and adding them to the guest group so that they can also be aware of any Toastmaster meeting or event that we are conducting, so that they can come and part of that meeting. Okay. Next is professional arranged meeting room. So we just had our 3 offline meetings in the last month, and I believe that there was some logistical challenge that we did face in the first meeting, and in the second, which was rendezvous meet with 4 clubs. But with the third meeting that was conducted on the last weekend, this is going up gradually. Like first we faced some technical issues with the TV and arranging the room with webcam and all, but now we are able to do so very quickly. And thanks to the effort of the team, there is always someone who is there at the venue before the meeting starts, well before the meeting starts, to make sure that the meeting room is open, like the actual meeting room is open, the Zoom link is open on time, the tables are arranged properly, there is a whiteboard with all the role takers and the theme and the meeting number and the date, so that everything is arranged. Now next is convenient meeting location. So we have selected our meeting location as Beehive, which is in just, can you see my screen, Google Maps? Yeah, Beehive Indiranagar. Yeah, so our meeting location is at Beehive Indiranagar, which is pretty close to our previous location, which is at Rotary, and this location is close to metro. If you are coming from the other side, you can also come by metro, or you can take a bus, because this falls just 1 kilometer away from the HL Old Airport Road, which is connected to all the locations. And if anyone has any challenges with the location, we also have that, because we have the hybrid mode going. There's always an option to join online, so that has been covered. Does anyone have anything to add over here? I've seen a couple of you folks in the offline meeting, and I'm believing that we would be seeing the more of you in the hybrid mode at the offline venue going forward, so that we can catch up and have chocolates, because somehow there is always chocolates at the offline venue. No one plans it, but yet there it is, always there. Next, we have guests invited to address the club. So as a PO, whenever I'm the PO or anyone else is taking the PO, we have ensured that guests are always invited at the end of the meeting, at the start of the meeting and the end of the meeting, provide a feedback, and we always try to implement those feedbacks in our meeting, so that all the good suggestions are welcome. And if you are being critical of something, please do let us know, so that we can make sure that how to improve that going forward. If you feel like you do not want to address this right now in the meeting, feel free to reach out to Sankhya or me offline on WhatsApp, call, anything. And you can provide us your feedback so that we can implement this in this meeting to make this a better club, make this a better place for learning and a positive learning. Next is guests invited to join. So Sankhya, as a viewer membership, can you please comment on this one?
Yes. Like whenever at SpeakersDen, it's been a 10 years old club, and we have seen lots and lots of guests who are very much interested to join and improve on their public speaking. So all the guests who have connected with us are always been added to our WhatsApp guest group so that they can be kept updated about our progress. And also a request to all that if you have any friends or family members who are also willing to be part of the Toastmaster, even if they don't have to join, they can come up as a guest. Feel free to see how the entire session is going to help them. Then, so that is something we always encourage. Over to you, Toastmaster Tanmay.
Thank you, Sankhya. Next, we have formal induction, including presentation, membership pins, and manuals. While the last 2 years have been virtual, we have been attending it virtually. We have always made sure that all the new members are inducted in the club and are acknowledged in our both of the groups, main group and the guest group, as well as the social media platforms, which is done by creating a poster, for which I would like to thank our Office of VPPR. There's also membership pins are not there in our club, and manuals have gone digital over the time. So I believe all of you have your pathways sorted. I believe Sanjay had some problems. Sanjay, were you able to figure that out? All right, perfect. So now everyone in the meeting who is a member right now have their pathways, are introduced to the club as well. And we always make sure that whenever we have a hybrid offline meeting at the offline venue, we always introduce the newest member to the members at the offline venue, so that they are also aware of who is the new member, which the last time we did with Sanjay and Pai, who were the newest member at that time. Next, we have assignment of mentor. Now, assignment of mentor, we have been trying to get a mentor pool from the division, and which is in progress at the division level. We've always tried to make sure that there is a mentor assigned to start with your Toastmaster journey. And I believe that Lalita and Chetna benefited from this, like by initial mentors from the club itself. While Toastmasters have no capping on mentors, if you feel like there is someone else from any other club or someone who you want you to be a mentor, you can always reach out to them, or you can connect with the VP Education to set up a formal introduction with them so that they can connect you with the right mentor. So feel free to reach out to her. And for the new members, Pai, Sanjay, like we are working on getting you the right mentor, and going forward, most likely in the coming few weeks, you'll be able to assign you a mentor. But in the meantime, if you want someone in the meeting or from any other Toastmaster club to be your mentor for maybe your entire pathway duration, for your Toastmaster journey, or even for any specific speech. For example, you want to present a speech on humor and you are facing challenge with that, you can reach out to the right person. And for that, we can help you, like VP Education, VP Membership, and myself, we can help you with that.
Right. Just 1 minute, Tanmay. So,
Yes.
So over here, I just want to know, so how can we is there some page where we can find more about the people or the Toastmasters who have these expertise so that we can sort of figure out, because in this group, but
okay. For that, Total Sankhya is working with them with the division level to get a mentor pool with all their credentials and credibility, so that it would be easier for the members, not just in SpeakersDen, but also in the division B, to select a mentor which is suited to their needs. So as soon as that is done, I believe Total Sankhya would be sharing that document with all of us so that we can also get our mentors. And there is no mandate that you can only have one mentor. You can have as many mentors you want, but make sure that you are not stepping into so many boards at one time that you are not sure where you are going. So that is one thing we can discuss in the coming meeting on how to get a mentor, how to choose a mentor.
Can I just add a point here?
Yes, Arvind.
Hey, just an interesting point. I just want to share one point is that visit other clubs, visit a lot of this area contest, division contest, because during my time, the division can get you a list of names, but it's the personality that needs to match with you, right? If you want to write a humorous speech, you need a personality that you can relate to. You can call up in the night, talk about it. So visit clubs, visit division contests, club contests, find the people who are like-minded like you, more than whether are they speech 10, are they speech 20. See who is that you like, and that's one of the easiest ways to make mentors. Just wanted to add that one point. Sorry, Tanvi.
Yeah, thank you, Arvind, for sorry. Thank you, Arvind, for covering that up. I like my mentor always told me that visit other clubs, and I believe that is something that all of us should be doing and should be reiterated as much as possible. Because when you know the club that you are a part of, you know your home club, but when you go to other clubs, you see that how different the people are. They have a different approach to the same pathway, same level, same project, and that gives you a perspective. And it is important to get as much like different types of perspective as possible, so that you can choose what perspective you want to apply. Okay, moving on. Education programs and recognition systems. So I believe pathways are already discussed in the club. There is a document that has been shared by VP membership when the members are inducted. Uh, Sanjay, Pai, did you face any issues? Even Chetna, Lalita, Venkatesh, Pasha, did you face any issues with your when you started your like membership with the pathways or anything? If there were any challenges, please do let us know so that we can make sure that it is improved. Okay. You can come back to us like separately as well. There's one thing that Sankhya we need to work on is the not guest booklet, sorry, onboarding booklet that we talked. So we need to work on that. I think that is something that has been pending for some time. So let's work on that. Next is learning needs. Okay, so learning needs assessed. So all of these I see that there is a good rating above 4. So maybe people are not honest while filling this. Okay, so learning needs, so we have different types of people who have different learning needs. For example, if I believe like some of the folks are not here, and for example, Pasha, he reached out to me to get his speech arranged at different clubs so that he can attend the same speech at multiple clubs, to get, because he had faced the issue of time management where his speech crossed 18 minutes, and today as I can see that actually paid off while he was able to complete his speech well within time. So that is important. And if you have any specific learning need, if you want to connect to any specific type of speaker, let's say humor, let's say vocal variety, something, do let us know so that we can arrange whatever is required. Next is learning needs, accommodation for members with disabilities. I believe we did not have this challenge as of right now. However, Sankhya does have a plan for any members who have any physical or any other disabilities to be a part of this club. We will move on to the next one. Speaking roles assigned. This is interesting. So every week after our meeting on the Monday, we receive all the roles, and it's a great pleasure for me to announce that we are always able to fill our roles well before the meeting. And like trust me, I was talking to some other clubs as well. The main challenge that they face, first of all, finding the speakers. And it's a great pleasure to announce that we are able to do with at least 3 speakers in every meeting for the last 1 or 2 months. We also had 4 speakers, but there are always sometimes there are dropouts at the last moment, but this has been going great, and I thank you, all of you, for making this possible, because you are the people who are making this possible by filling up the roles, by volunteering for the roles. So thanks to everyone who has taken a role in the past, thanks to everyone who's taking the role today, and thanks to you for taking the roles in future meetings as well. A great round of applause for everyone. A big round of applause. Next is member involved in all aspects of club activities. So while we do have our excom, which is the executive committee for the club activities who are planning the club activity, there's also a separate group of there is a group of people like Sankhya, me, Sovik, who are also involved in these activities to make sure that all of the meetings are planned smoothly. We have also reached out to a couple of you for being part of the XCOM as associate, and that we need to add you to the group so that we can plan things more effectively. We will also be starting one more chair in the executive committee, which is a logistical chair for the offline venues, which would be a group of members, not any single one of them, because we understand that it is not possible for one single person to be available all the time for all the meetings. So that we can make sure that all our hybrid meetings, the offline venues and the online links are arranged properly. The links are there, the voting links are there, the guests are always welcome, and we have the links for everything. So that is another chair that we would be starting soon. Okay, next speaking role, guests greeted warmly and made welcome. Yeah. So as a presiding officer on most of our meetings, I make sure that the guests are always included, and sometimes even when the guests are are added to the meeting during the course of a meeting, the team would make sure, like this has been one of the responsibilities of team mod, to make sure that the guests are welcome. When the prepared speech section is completed, they can invite the guests to introduce themselves, or even at the end as a team or as a PO, that you always make sure that the guests are included. We to take their feedback, to ask the suggestions, and what we can do to make it a better experience for not just the guests but for the members as well. uh Today I think then we dropped off, so we only have Arvind. Arvind, do you have anything to add to this as a guest in today's meeting?
No, buddy, we are good.
All right, next, enjoyable and educational meetings planned. So in the last three meetings, if I look at the last three meetings, one of the meetings had an activity where you actually had to get up and do some exercise. The rendezvous meeting also has like it was a rendezvous meeting, so there were multiple clubs and a lot of fun. And then in the last meeting, our team or Toastmaster Swati, she made sure that we go back to our childhood, make paper planes and fly them, have a competition. So this is definitely going well. There is
Also
also
to add to this one, Tanmay, we also had one meeting wherein the district champion, she gave an education session on how
yes,
to write great speeches.
yes, I was just coming to that. But yes, we did have the educational session as well, and we are planning to have one education session per month at least, so that our members are also up to date with what is going around and how they can improve themselves. So that is definitely in the plan. Next is regularly scheduled social events. Now this is something I believe we are like after the club meetings we are not meeting or something, because we all have our challenges, we all have our commitments, especially on weekends, because that is the only time we get for ourselves. But there are plans to like have informal connect, but yeah, to keep you updated as it's going forward, because next month there is Diwali and everything. So I'm not sure if like how many of you would be here, of us would be here in the Bangalore to have a social event. But after Diwali we would definitely be having a meetup, informal meeting. Regular schedule. Okay. Members participate in area, district, and international events. So we have some of the members like KVM Kishore who have gone to the district level in different events. We also have members who are participating uh, in the capacity of like PR, event organizers, and everything at district and other levels. So, and anyone who is interested in doing these things to be a part of the area leadership or district leadership or any PR or anything, do let us know, because there are always requests from the area and division to make sure that if anyone is interested to pursue that, we can enable that. So let us know if you are interested, not just right now, anytime down the line in the next 6 months, next 1 year, anytime, so that we can ensure that. Okay, next we have inter-club events encouraged. So as Arvind rightly pointed out, that all members are encouraged to make sure to attend as many clubs meeting as possible whenever the time allows you, whenever time permits you. We also try to engage this inter-club events by organizing linkers and rendezvous meet. So we had a linkers meet in August. We had a rent with Capital Land. We have a rendezvous meet with Capital Land, Spoken Words, and Fractal Bangalore. And we would be doing more inter-club events going forward as well. Next we have
Tanmay, I
yes,
had a
Maya.
doubt here.
Yes,
In this inter-club events and things like that, is there a group or something like that where things are posted? Any things happening between clubs or any some speech to attend to, just to listen to it or something like that?
oh, so there is a division B all members club, and I will check if I have the joining link to that. I will share that in the group so that you are aware of all the events that are being posted. And other than that, whenever we have any big event, our like VP Education, VP Membership, make sure that that event is being shared in our both of the groups, the main group and the guest group. For example, TT Mania, which happens every Saturday at 8 p.m. And it's a great place to practice your table topic and impromptu speaking skills, because it's the open event. We had some members joining in from Canada as well in one of the events. So despite the time differences, people are joining in, and it's a fun event. I also attended a couple of them, and it was really good to see that you can actually have a table topic practice, which is also an competition event which happens in Toastmasters. Okay. Yeah. Next is club newsletter website published and updated regularly. Now, despite the rating 4.15, I strongly believe this should be minus 4.15, because as the executive committee, we know that we do not have a newsletter in place, although we do share all the updates on our with all the members, but there is no formal place for newsletter, which I believe we should be doing. Sankhya, can you please take a note, because we like Souvik is not here as VP Education, so we can pass that to him and then discuss it.
Sure.
Yeah. Next, we have program and agenda publicized in advance. Generally, most of the time we try to publicize the any meeting as soon as the theme is decided, and the posters are shared not just on WhatsApp groups, but also on the social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn as well. Although I have seen that we are not that active on LinkedIn, but we make sure that the event is always publicized on Instagram and Facebook. So to stay updated, be a part of our groups, and make sure to follow us on Facebook and Instagram and LinkedIn as well. Next, we have, if anyone has anything to add, please feel free to interrupt me in between.
Yes, Tanmay, just wanted to add it over here, program and agenda publicized event. It would be great, and I have seen that when I also do that in my social accounts, like if I am sharing something on the SpeakersDen Facebook, I also published or shared that in my personal account, number one. Number two, when I am getting any posters about the club meeting, or if I get any awards, or any kind of an event which is happening, even if I share it in my WhatsApp status, that goes to lots of people, and I get lots of queries just because of that one. And the same thing happens with lots of other Toastmasters who keep on sharing it. So I would request everyone to share that, because this is a very positive platform, and it's a great thing to involve your friends and family to get the benefits out of this one.
I totally agree. So guys, as a member, this is not just something that only me or the executive committee can do. Everyone can be a part of this activity. Like whenever you see that a poster is being shared, and if you are taking up a role and you have a poster for your name for your new member induction, make sure that you share that across. There's a request to all of the members. Just share and tag speakers, and so that anyone who else is interested can come to us, and this will provide them a platform. Like for example, how you got to know about this might be a stepping stone for someone else who wants to start their public speaking journey. So that is definitely something we can do. Next we have our okay, now this is a question I'm just going to pose. I'm not looking at this number. Do you all know what are responsibilities as role takers, as executive members, or as just a member of SpeakersDen? Yeah, feel free to unmute. All right, no worries, let me answer that. So like your major responsibility, your biggest responsibility is to attend the meetings. Even if you're not taking any role, if you have the time to attend the meeting or just be a listener, please do that. Because sometimes there are speakers coming in from other places. We have team Adeline who went to the international speech contest. She practiced her speech in our club, and that was a great learning experience for all of us. So if you are taking out this time, this will make sure that you also have a lot of learning out of this. The second responsibility is that when you are committing to a role, please try not to back out at the last minute, because it becomes difficult for other role takers as well to fill that role. luckily we have not faced this issue in the last few months, and I hope this continues this way, fingers crossed. But make sure that the commitments are fulfilled. So we all of us try that, and that's a good thing about this club. I really there's something that this members of this club are amazing in that sense, that we never back out. Once we take up something, we make sure that we deliver, and that is what has taken us from the first day to this 10th anniversary. It's 3,650 days. It's nearly 300 meetings, right? Next we have all player from pathways. It was magic question. Yes, because everyone has following the pathways, so I will not focus more on this. Create a table topics and activities. This is something that you can answer. Do you enjoy our table topic session in all of the meetings? Okay, so yes, so this is so we always make sure that TTM knows that table topics should be fun, and we also help, like Sankhya I know helps the role takers, team mod, and table topic master, so that the activity could be as fun filled as possible, and the table topics themselves are easy for everyone to understand. Meetings begin and end on time. So our officially meeting start time is 11, and we generally start by 11:05, considering all the logistical and technical challenges. And we always make sure the meeting ends on time by 1, considering everything. And after that, sometimes we overstay for like meeting up with each other. So this is always fulfilled, except some instances. For example, like we faced some technical issues in a rendezvous meet where the meeting was delayed by around half hour, and it went on stretched for another half hour. So yeah. Next is, there are a lot of questions. So positive, I will just go over them. I hope everyone can see this. Let me just scroll down. Yes, positive and helpful evaluations. I believe everyone who is here is making sure that all the evaluations are critical and still positive, so that the speaker is learning out of them. Club has 20 or more members. So in the last time we had 27 members. The renewals are still going on, and if your friends, if you have anyone who is willing to be a part of a Toastmaster and starting the Toastmaster public speaking journey, please reach out to our VPM Toastmaster Sankhya. Arvind, I request you to please connect with Sankhya and get your public speaking back on track, because we would love to see you in our meetings further. Yeah, members are retained. So at the end of this month, our membership office would be announcing the renewal numbers, and that would be but I believe that most of the members that have joined in the last term are continuing, so that's a good thing, other than those who have moved on to different regions, different countries for personal professional commitments, so that is understandable. Promotion of club and a community within its organization. So this is something that Sankhya is talking about, to share our posters, our meeting links, so that everyone who wants to be a part has a chance to be a part. We should not deprive of anyone who is willing to be a part of it, because this might be, you never know who might be the next international speech contest winner could be from our club. So this is something which all of us as a member should be doing. The club program varied and exciting. I am going to say yes to this, because we always make sure that there is a mix and match. There is education program, we have evaluathon, table topic mania, we have normal Toastmaster meeting, we have linkers meet, rendezvous meet, and all. To sponsoring new members recognized. Sankhya, can you please comment on this one?
Yes. So whenever Toastmaster member, they introduce their friends or family, and so there is an option in the Toastmaster when as a VP membership, I'll add the member. It's like sponsoring. So sponsoring doesn't mean that you are paying for that member. The member will be paying for their own membership fees. But what it means is that in case you have around 5 members who you have referred to, which is been termed as sponsoring. So if you have get 5 members, then you will be getting a sponsorship pin from the Toastmasters International, which will be sent to your postal address, which carries a lot of value and respect.
And this also counts toward the awards that are there at the end of the program year. So if you have any friends or family who you want to sponsor, who you want to like as Sankhya just mentioned, that is not about sponsoring financially. So feel free to reach out to Sankhya to understand more about this, and invite your friends and family to be a part of this. We will just use this last four. Awards applications immediately submitted to World Headquarters. Our VP Education Office makes sure that that is done on time. As anyone who completes their level, the awards are submitted. Progress are displayed and maintained. Our progress in terms of level completion and everything is acknowledged. So I'm just going to club these two together, and these achievements are formally acknowledged in our meetings, during our after the evaluations, in the general evaluations section if someone has completed their level, and also in forms of poster which are circulated on social media and WhatsApp groups as well. Club is international leaders recognized. Anytime we have an officer joining our club, the team board makes sure that they are invited to address the club, to share their experiences, and to address the club. Club and member achievement publicized, as uh, I'm just reiterating that all of the post achievements are acknowledged throughout the WhatsApp and social media platforms. And I encourage all of you to strongly advertise that. Like if you are getting an achievement, flaunt it, where it is a badge of honor. And DCP use of planning and recognition. So Souvik could have commented on this, but on his behalf, let me address that DCP points are something which a club acquires when their members have some certain achievements. And as a club, we make sure that our events are planned in certain way that we reach next DCP level, next DCP point. So that is definitely being considered. Now with this, I conclude that MOT is done. And so let me stop sharing my screen. Apologies. Yeah. So I hope there was a lot of learning from all these answers. And if you have any other suggestions, feel free to reach out to me and Sankhya and provide your suggestions to make this meeting better. And how, if you would like to take up any leadership role, let us know. We will be arranging that, not just club level, but area division level as well. Now with this, there's one more thing that I have missed while moving on to MOT. Toastmaster Sanjay, can you please present the timings? Because it's better late than never.
Yes, of course. That's very true.
Sure.
Yeah, so let me share my screen. So yeah, so I think like pretty much everybody was like within the time, and because like Shankya like brought this like really fun round robin evaluation, that was a new thing. So I think in those cases, I think the people who spoke, they were pretty much within the time limits, but people who given the feedback, so they kind of exceeded the time a bit, right? So but yeah, like pretty much like everybody was within the time limit, so good job with that.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sanjay. Big round of applause for our timer of the day. All right. With this, I think our entire session is concluded on the 10th anniversary. So may I request everyone to please turn on their cameras for a group screenshot. Yes. Please show heart using the react button or celebration. Actually, let's do celebration this time. We have a celebration option. On the count of 3, I will be taking the screenshot. So 1, 2, and 3. Just a second. Just let me take another one. Just a second. Thank you, everyone. With this, I conclude today's meeting, and the meeting 297 is about to be closed. But before that, let me take the feedback of today's meeting by our guest of the day, Arvind.
And my hi team.
Hello.
Really great going, guys. I mean, it makes me emotional to be very, very honest. From meeting number 1, the same energy that we had to 10th anniversary is phenomenal. And I have so many comments to make, but I think one comment that really I have to call out is the evaluation part in the end. When you sum up, that exactly is the essence of why we started this club, right? When you said, let's be critical, let's really ask what is it for the next level. It's not really about massaging the ego. I'm not sure if you were there with us, Tanmay, on the day 1, but that's exactly the reason why we started off over there. But really, really great going, guys. There's sometimes when you say guest of the day, I used to be like, oh my god, my own club. I have become the guest of the day. But I think that's just the harsh lesson of, you can start high, but if you're not able to sustain, it doesn't make a difference. But really all the best. Don't want to stretch much time, and I am open. I know I've been out of touch for a while now, but Any member in Speakers Den, anytime. I don't claim to have done much, but if you want a mentor, you want your speeches to be creative and something crazy, as I am there. I have had a reasonable experience. I was the first district champion of evaluation as part of Speakers Den, by the way. So I have had some fun during my younger days. That's the easier way to put it. I'm always there for the den, whether I'm a member or not, whether I'm active or not. And I can pull in a lot of the old timers, by the way, right? I still have good connection of friends, whatever it requires for den to succeed and its members to have fun. Just count me in.
Arvind, it's really great. Thank you very much. And we would not like we would like to see you not just as a guest in going forward meeting. We would also like to see you as a member. So if you have if the time allows you, if your personal commitment allows you, please make sure that you return back to the den,
Yeah,
because once a den, always a den.
absolutely.
We are also going to have a 300th meeting celebration, and we would be roping in all the founding members who are still in touch to make sure that that is a grand and like gala event. So we Sankhya, I request you to please connect with Arvind to make sure that we are able to do that at as grand as possible. So that would be, so this meeting number 297. So just 3 weekends from now on 16th of October, we would be having our 300th meeting. All right. With this, I formally conclude the meeting. And although I did forgot to start it with a gavel, let me close it with a gavel. The meeting is closed. Thank you, everyone. And now, can you please stop